All right, Coach, thanks for coming back. We got Phidarian Mathis, the second-round draft pick out of Alabama, and everyone's talking about him as a run defender, and this is one of those clips. He's playing the nose right here, kind of doing unselfish things, right? Eating a double team. Everyone talks about these great Alabama linebackers. Yes. He was a big reason that they were successful. Let's take a look at this clip real quick. Again, using these long arms, eating the double, sitting in his gap, and then playing that gap and a half like an NFL vet.
Then the best thing he does, more so than anything else, is he shows you his discipline and patience. Because, again, based on the action that goes on right here, you know that his fit as far as this run scheme is concerned is going to be this A-gap. Watch how he doesn't cross all the way over, okay? Even though his head's over there, just the head presence is going to make this guy cut back. So what you're going to see is him now work back to his crease and shed the guy and make the play. I mean, that is really good textbook book work right there. And as you said, long arms, great hand placement.
And that's great insight, because I've watched this play about 400 times, and I didn't even know. I thought he was in the right A-gap, but the fact he's able to play back here, that's such good insight, Coach. And
well, the biggest thing is you said he plays a gap and a half, and that's exactly what you ask sometimes because, again, we have a defense very similar to that, and we will put him up over the top of the nose and tell him, hey, you got to play a gap and a half. And what we're basically telling you is if this is your crease, if you can show presence and fall back to where you need to be, that's exactly what we're looking for. That was an excellent play right there.
And he shows a good feel for that, Coach. And the other thing is, I think everyone thinks he's this big, 320-pound nose guard, but here he is, lined up over the tackle, kind of a 4-eye technique. And he's the read man in this. He's the pitch man. They're pitching off of him here. And watch him. I think the thing I love about him is his reaction is outstanding to get to this ball. And he's just able to run this down.
Again, here's what I like about understanding where my fit is. Okay, he belongs, like you said, a 4-eye. 4-eye tells you which crease he has. He's got the inside crease. So what he doesn't do is he doesn't jump outside, okay, and create an opportunity for a cutback. What he does, he's very disciplined. He stares where he's supposed to, and then what I like too is he turns flat down the line of scrimmage to pursue.
Yes, and you love that. And again, like for a big man to be moving like that and tackle a running back in space is special. Like it's a special player, right? And then everyone thinks, again, he's this big lumbering guy, but he's got some ability. And here he is, he's on the center, and this should be a win for any defensive lineman because usually centers can't pass protect. So, and again, you see the length. Like watch his arms here, Coach, just flail up because that means that he's got his hands in his chest, and for him to finish this is awesome.
Well, the big thing too is if you watch him, you never at any point see his head above the center's head.
Yes.
Okay, and what that tells you is he's playing with great leverage. And then when you see the blocker's hands come up, that tells you a great hand placement and hand combat. In other words, he's striking from low to high. You see the shoulders of the center come up. That tells you he's lost his leverage. And then with his long arms, he extends and then works underneath.
He's able to finish the play. And again, like that comes from just kind of mom, dad, and God having those long arms. But also he's drilled that. You can tell he's a student of the game. And then you get some kind of every once in a while you get some spicy stuff, Coach. And I think this is pretty spicy here because I didn't think he had this in his game. Watch him, he kind of does this like Aaron Donald-ish long arm kind of jump around the corner here. Like that is elite pass rush.
Well, what happened here on that, he sets him up because of his quickness. Again, it's a real quick jab. The guy gets back. It's a jab again. So he tries to reset himself. Then all of a sudden, there he is. He's into him. He doesn't leave a lot of space for the guard to be able to punch and extend. And next thing you know, he's got leverage on him, and then he dips underneath and rips and gets to the quarterback.
Yeah, and that's
really
just
nice move.
And that's just some of what he does. But he's also, Coach, like unselfish, right?
Very unselfish. Bring this back just a little bit, and I'll show you. One of the things that I saw that really stood out in my mind is the way he works in conjunction with some of the other guys around him. There's a tape, and I wish I could remember the team specifically, but you see him. He starts off here, and he goes to pick the inside portion of the offensive tackle. What that does is this guy gets off, goes 1-2, and as he picks him, this guy started to loop. Well, a lot of times guys will either go too fast or go too shallow and allow themselves to get pushed across. Well, he gets into the crease, gets
in this
vertical,
gap here, right?
Exactly.
Into the gap, right?
And then what happened was he goes, because of his positioning, he punches the inside hip and sticks it. And as he takes it, he sees the quarterback, he works back inside and puts himself in position to make the play. Very unselfish.
Yes, and that's good for those young pass rushers to know is this guy is part of the rush, man. You can get a sack too, and he understands that, helping his teammate out. Coach, thank you so much. Awesome to have this guy a part of the football team.
Yes, it is.